Taurus, I need you to sit down right now and listen to me as if your life depended on it. Because maybe it does. You're about to discover why you've been feeling that strange sensation every time you think about this upcoming weekend. Why, even though you've made your usual plans, something inside you whispers that this time will be different. Cancel everything. Don't make appointments. Don't organize anything. Leave this weekend completely blank, because what's coming your way is so specific, so targeted, so impossible to predict, that any agenda you've put together will be demolished by the force of what's moving toward you. You know that moment when you're sleeping peacefully and suddenly wake up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, without knowing why. That feeling that something is different in the air, but you can't quite put your finger on it? That's exactly what's happening in your life right now, only you haven't fully realized it yet. Your subconscious has already picked up on the signals. Your intuition is already on high alert. Your body is already preparing for something your conscious mind doesn't yet comprehend. For years, you've built your life around predictability, waking up at the same time, following the same routines, going to the same places, talking to the same people. You pride yourself on being someone you can trust, someone stable, someone who keeps things running. But this predictability has become a gilded prison. You're so used to controlling every variable in your existence that you've forgotten what it's like to truly feel alive. And life is about to remind you. This weekend, something will rip the veil of your routine so forcefully that you'll never be able to return to your previous self. I'm not talking about gradual changes or subtle adjustments. I'm talking about a complete rupture with everything you thought you knew about your own life. As if someone took the carefully assembled puzzle of your existence and threw all the pieces into the air, forcing you to create a completely new image. You're afraid of this, aren't you? I can feel your resistance growing as you read these words. Your Taurus mind is screaming, "But I like my routines. I need my stability. I don't want anything to change." And that's exactly why you need to change, because when you cling too tightly to the familiar, life stops flowing. When you try to control too much, the magic disappears. When you plan too much, you miss the opportunities that only appear in the space of the unexpected. The unexpected that's coming isn't a punishment, it's a gift. But it's the kind of gift that comes wrapped in paper you don't recognize, with a bow you've never seen before, delivered by someone you weren't expecting. You can refuse the gift because of the strange packaging, or you can have the courage to open it and discover it contains exactly what your soul has been silently yearning for years. How many times have you found yourself staring out the window and feeling an inexplicable urge to run away, to drop everything and go somewhere where no one knows you, to do something completely different from what you've always done? How many times have you stifled these impulses because they didn't fit into your careful planning? How many times have you chosen safety over adventure, certainty over possibility? This weekend will be the answer to all those stifled impulses. All those repressed desires will manifest at once, through circumstances that will make it impossible for you to continue pretending you're satisfied with a small, controlled life. The force that moves the universe has decided it's your time to expand, and it's not asking your permission. It's simply arranging events so that you have no choice but to grow. For Taurus is born between April 20th and April 30th, this unexpected will come through a person. Someone who will appear in your life like a hurricane, challenging everything you believe about relationships, about yourself, about what's possible. For those born between May 1st and 10th, the unexpected will be an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, requiring you to abandon your professional comfort zone to embrace something you've always secretly desired. And for those born between May 11th and 20th, the unexpected will be an inner revelation so powerful that it will change your perception of everything you thought you knew about your own potential. But regardless of how it manifests, the unexpected carries the same message for all Tauruses. You're living far below your means. You've settled for scraps when you could have had the whole feast. You've accepted a good enough life when you could have had an extraordinary one. And it's time to stop hiding behind the excuse that you prefer the simple things, when in reality, you're afraid of the big things. Fear of the unexpected is actually fear of discovering that you are much greater than you imagined. Fear of discovering that you have talents you've never explored. Fear of discovering that you are capable of impacting the world in ways you never thought possible. Fear of discovering that the small, safe life you've built is just a tiny fraction of what you could be living. This weekend, when the unexpected knocks on your door, you'll have a few seconds to choose between opening it or pretending you're not home, between embracing uncertainty or hiding in the false security of routine, between growing or stagnating. And here's something you might not realize. Not choosing is already a choice. Hesitating is already a response. And if you choose hesitation, the unexpected will leave and may never return. There's a reason you've always felt different from other Taurians. A reason why, even though you love stability, you've always harbored a secret restlessness. A reason why, even though you're practical, you've always dreamed of seemingly impossible things. It's because you weren't born to live an ordinary life. You were born to break the Taurian mold, to show that it's possible to be stable without being stagnant, secure without being limited, practical without being petty. This weekend's unexpectedness will awaken that revolutionary part of you that's been dormant under layers of conditioning. It will activate dormant codes in your spiritual DNA. It will turn on lights in corners of your personality you never knew existed. And when that happens, you'll understand why you've always felt like you were just pretending to be the person everyone expected you to be. Remember when you were a kid and were absolutely certain you were going to do something amazing when you grew up? Remember that unshakable conviction that your life would be special, unique, and remarkable. What happened to that child? Where did she go when you decided being realistic was more important than being a dreamer? This weekend, she'll be back, and she'll be furious at having been ignored for so long. The truth you need to face is that you've been using your practicality as an excuse not to take risks. You've been using your need for security as a justification for not exploring your full potential. You've been using your preference for stability as a shield against the demands of your own greatness. But greatness doesn't negotiate. It doesn't accept excuses. It simply manifests when it's ready, breaking down all the barriers you've built to protect yourself from it. The unexpected that's coming carries within it all the opportunities you missed out on out of fear. All the chances you missed because you wanted to think things through before acting. All the dreams you've postponed indefinitely, waiting for the right moment. The universe has packaged it all into a single concentrated experience and is delivering it straight to your door this weekend. And you know what the scariest part of all this is? It's that after the unexpected happens, you'll realize you could have opened that door much sooner. You'll realize the chains that held you back in your small life were imaginary. You'll realize that the only obstacle between you and an extraordinary existence has always been your own refusal to take the first step into the unknown. Taurus, I need you to understand that the unexpected is not the opposite of stability. It's its evolution. True stability doesn't come from controlling external circumstances, but from trusting your ability to navigate whatever life throws at you. And you only develop this confidence by facing situations you can't control and discovering that you not only survive, but thrive. Over the next few days leading up to this transformative weekend, you'll notice signs everywhere. Conversations that seem specifically directed at you, songs that play on the radio at just the right moment, books that accidentally fall off the shelf right in front of you, numbers that appear repeatedly, dreams that are too vivid to be just dreams. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations that something bigger is moving in your life. Your resistance to these signs is understandable. You've been trained to distrust what you can't logically explain. You've been conditioned to value only what you can touch, measure, and prove. But the unexpected operates on frequencies beyond ordinary logic. It speaks the language of symbols, of synchronicities, of moments that make your heart race for no apparent reason. What you're about to discover is that there's an intelligence operating in your life that's far more sophisticated than your conscious planning. A wisdom that knows you better than you know yourself. A force that has infinite patience, but eventually tires of waiting for your cooperation and decides to act regardless of your approval. This weekend, this force will manifest itself so clearly, so undeniably, so specifically for you, that it will be impossible to continue pretending you're in complete control of your life. And paradoxically, when you accept that you're not in control, you'll discover a kind of power you never imagined you possessed. The power to flow with life's currents instead of fighting them. The power to trust the process instead of trying to direct every outcome. The unexpected will teach you that there are ways of living you never considered. It will show you that it's possible to have security without rigidity, stability without stagnation, practicality without limitation. It will reveal that your Taurian need to build solid foundations can be applied to gigantic dreams, not just small realities. You've spent years building walls to protect yourself from what could go wrong. But those same walls have also protected you from what could go incredibly right. The unexpected comes to show you that it's time to transform some of those walls into bridges. Bridges to versions of yourself you've never had the courage to explore. Bridges to possibilities you've always considered belonging to other people. Bridges to a life that honors both your need for solidity and your secret hunger for adventure. The most beautiful part of what's coming is that you won't lose anything that truly matters. The unexpected doesn't come to destroy what's genuinely valuable in your life. It comes to reveal what's illusory and free you from it. It comes to separate what's essential from what's merely familiar. It comes to show you the difference between real security and the illusion of security you've built through excessive control. When the unexpected happens, you'll feel fear. That's normal. But along with that fear, you'll feel something you haven't experienced in a long time. Genuine excitement. The excitement of not knowing exactly what will happen next. The excitement of being truly alive, fully present, completely engaged in the moment. The excitement of discovering that you are much braver, much more resilient, much more extraordinary than you ever allowed yourself to believe. This weekend's unexpected events will serve as a test of everything you've learned about yourself so far. It will reveal whether you truly trust your own strength or whether you still believe you need perfect circumstances to be happy. It will show whether you truly love life or just the idea of a predictable life. It will discover whether you truly want to grow or simply want to feel secure. And here's the deepest truth of all. You already know what you'll choose when the moment comes. Your soul has already made the decision. Your spirit has already committed to expansion. Your heart has already said yes to adventure. The only part of you that still hesitates is your mind, which has been trained to seek security above all else. But this weekend, your soul will speak louder than your mind. Your deepest truth will overcome your superficial fears. Taurus, you're about to discover that the unexpected isn't the opposite of what you want. It's exactly what you've always wanted, just packaged in a way you didn't initially recognize. It's the answer to that restlessness you've never been able to explain. It's the solution to that feeling that something was missing, even when your life seemed complete. It's the antidote to that whispered question in the back of your mind. Is this all there is? The plans you made may be cancelled. The certainties you built may be questioned. The routines you followed may be interrupted. But you will finally discover the version of yourself that always existed beneath all the layers of conditioning. You will finally find the courageous, spontaneous, extraordinary person you always knew you were, but kept hidden for fear of not being accepted by the world. And when that encounter happens, when you finally recognize yourself in your most authentic and powerful version, you'll realize that all the fear, all the resistance, all the hesitation were just noises from a mind that didn't understand that the unexpected didn't come to destroy you. It came to complete you. Don't make plans for this weekend. Leave the space empty. Leave your calendar blank. Let life surprise you. Because what's coming is much bigger, much more perfect, much more tailored to you than anything you could have planned. And when it's over, you'll look back and be grateful from the bottom of your heart for having the wisdom to not resist the best gift life could give you. The chance to discover who you truly are when you stop trying to control who you should be. If this message touched something deep within you, if you felt an instant recognition of the truth in these words, that's no coincidence. It's confirmation that you're ready for what's coming. Share in the comments if you've been feeling signs that something is changing in your life, if you've been having inexplicable urges to break out of your routine, if you've been dreaming of freer versions of yourself. Subscribe to the channel now, because what's happening this weekend is just the beginning of a personal revolution that will completely redefine your relationship with the unexpected, with growth, with life. You'll need guidance on how to integrate the changes that are coming, how to maintain your Taurus essence while embracing expansion, how to build new stability on much more solid and authentic foundations. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that can support you as you navigate this transformation. Remember, the unexpected is coming, not to knock you off center, but to show you that your true center is much stronger and more flexible than you ever imagined. Prepare yourself, or better yet, allow yourself not to prepare. Just trust. The best is coming.